last year you told me, I don't know if this is still happening. You told me you were maybe going out of the country, coming out.
We had it's been twice that the things didn't align. We were booked in Jamaica, in Kingston, Jamaica, in Bull Bay.
That was yeah.
The sponsors pulled out like a month before we were supposed to go, so we ended up not going. We were supposed to go to the UK last year, and the members in the band at the time were going through some, I guess, personal issues to where they couldn't travel, so we ended up not going.
Yeah.
This year, and I can make the announcement right now, we're going to New Zealand at the end of November.
Nice.
We were going, and
Nice.
we'll officially be an international band then. It is set in stone. It is done. And it's the first time I made any kind of public notion of that. I've had this big joker in my back pocket for 2 months. And I wasn't gonna,
I got my first scoop.
I wasn't going to say anything, but we're going to New Zealand, and I'm ecstatic about that, to where we're finally able to move as a band and take this abroad. Because really with reggae music, the American market is the toughest market.
Yes.
So to be able to be on a national scale here, that's come with 5 years of hard work. But once you jump across the pond and move it, you'll see the exponential growth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt.
Because Europe and everywhere else, and Australia and Japan, believe it or not,
Yeah,
and Africa really support the movements and conscious vibes, and they take that type of music and they understand it, they study it, and they know. So you'll have people, you know what I mean, that I haven't even met, going across the pond and step on stage, they'll be singing your music because they've already listened to it.
I think as Americans, people that live in America are somewhat in a bubble, because we think that this is the whole world.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty small country, actually.
In comparison?
Yeah, in comparison to the rest of Europe and Africa and so forth, and Asia, it's a huge place.
Mm.
And you're not the first person I talk to. I know people who've made rap and R&B albums in their basements, and the stuff has made it to Japan.
Yeah.
And the music is being played heavily.
Yeah.
In other countries. So, the lesson, I guess, is that if you're an up and coming aspiring artist, you probably should take heed to the fact that somebody's paying attention to what you're talking about. Well, that's great. I would definitely, when you come back, I definitely want to hear how that trip was.
Definitely. I can't wait to talk about it, man.
Yeah,
that's great. Experience.
That's great. So we're running out of time here. Is there anything you want to, anything else you want to scoop here, so I can, anything else going on in your life or with your band or your music?
Well, just be on the lookout, man, for new music. I just dropped 2 singles last week. They should go live tomorrow. I just got some kind of hold up with the licensing and stuff like that, but they'll be on everything. We have all the stores like iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff. We're on all the stores online, so please download. I got 2 more singles coming out, an EP coming out later, and I got a full length coming out at the end of the year.
Nice.
Working on some new music finally, man. It's been a long time coming. I just wanted to tour thoroughly on that first project.
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue that it would hit the charts. You know what I mean? To spend a month and a half on the charts was like a blessing. You know what I mean? I never would have in a million years, but now that's the standard. So I wanted to take my time and really make sure, not reinvent myself, but evolve as an artist and put out something more, in quality, and put it out to where it eclipses the first one. Can't sophomore slump, man. That's one thing I wasn't trying to do. But just more movements, man, and more music, and we're gonna keep going and keep playing and evolving, and with this young crew that's really like excited to play music. I'm excited and got my enthusiasm back. It became a job, and that's one thing. When I got into it, I didn't want it to be, but now that I have this new group and it's got a new breath of life breathed into this, man, it's like, yo, we're ready to go back on the road again. We're motivated and set the purpose again, man. So I'm just excited.
You know, the connotation in the old days, in the 60s, 50s and the 60s, when these young black artists were on the road, they would call it the chitlin circuit. And now, it has a negative connotation all tied to it, but those people were really honing their skills on the road, on that tough environment, and they playing every day and every night. But the band was cohesive. When they got to the studio to actually record music after they got off the road.
In the analog days where you couldn't mess up, man, they were great.
Had to be tight.
And you had 1 take or 2 takes, or else you're losing money.
That's right.
So those guys come off the road and they're galvanized and they're perfect. And that's what I try to do with these guys too. I'm glad you said that, man. It's the athlete in me and the coach in me. It's like, yo, the more time we spend together, the more adversity that we make it through.
That's right.
The better we'll be off down the road. Yeah. So when bad things happen, everybody's distressing this and that. I got Plan B in my back pocket, and I'm kind of sitting back, kind of smiling, like, yo, y'all don't understand what I'm doing right now, but trust me. This past week, we went out, and they thought we were going to camping and staying at this guy's house. I took the band out into a field in Bedford County. No nothing.
Right.
No, I'm talking about the van. I parked it in the field. No lights, no amenities, no nothing. I made them stay up all night long. And we were just shooting a mess, whatever, this and that, blah, 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 and then, you know, partaking and everything else like that. Made them stay up all night. Woke up in Lynchburg the next day, drove back there, had them stay up all day, made them go play the show.
Hey, man. That's how you do it.
And these guys, after the fact, yo, we made it through this. Yeah, now we're here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I put them through little tests every now and then.
In the Army, when I was in the Army for 23 years, and we used to, whenever we would put somebody through something, we just say, it builds character.
It does.
It might be cliche, and
but it really does.
Funny, but that's real. And you gotta have, you know, leading a band, running a band, owning a band, managing a band. You gotta have a whole lot of intangibles in place that, you know, it's more than just getting a check, making sure the band gets paid,
of course,
and make sure that. And make sure the hotels are right, and the gas is right, and the truck is fine, the van is fine, and all that. There's a whole lot of stuff you got to do to make sure that guys can actually get along with each other, care for each other, take care of each other. Because, you know, the first day I got in the Army, they were like, your mama ain't here now. She can't help you.
No.
And that's real. You got to take care of each other. And when I produce this, when I edit this video, I want to make sure that I relay that message to folks, because if you want to know about how to organize a band, keep a band together, manage and lead, and provide some direction to your band, you need to come see Mr. Adwela Dawes of Adwela The Uprising. And my brother, I thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come here and bless my camera and my stage, man, because you're an inspiration. And I think, I've talked to you over the years a couple of times about the frustrations of being accepted at home, and I understand exactly what you mean. But sometimes you gotta be smarter than the average bear, and sometimes that means you gotta go and do something that nobody's expecting, and you've done what nobody's expecting. Because I don't know anybody from home that's been on the net other than Alex Scott being a comedian going across the country. You're the only person I know that is done what you've done. And that is an inspirational thing. So
5 years in the making, man. And finally, got to play in Culver 2 weeks ago. At Gnarly House,
man. I know
2,000 people. I was like, finally. Yes. Took me 5 years, but finally. So thank you, home, finally, for showing out.
Yeah, man.
Strategy, man.
I really, especially people that I think who are talented and I like what they do. I'm an old man now, so I get really upset when I can't come out and support what people are doing, because I can't support everybody. But from what I hear, it was a great show, and like I said, it was thousands of people out there. So somebody, and like I said, man, don't sweat it, man.
I'm good now. That's all I needed.
What's good? What's for you, it'll be for you.
You will hear me be quiet about support for a long time now. I'm good. I got nothing to say. Thank you guys.
We gotta be a little more crafty about how we do it, man. You know what I'm saying? So when you come back, and this is I mean this. When you come back, let's get together.
For sure.
And we need to go home and do a show together.
Sure.
And we'll make sure all of these guys, however we got to do it. I know how to. My marketing is pretty good. So I'll get everybody together, get on the same sheet of music, man. We'll get everybody out there. We're going to get them to showcase what you guys got.
For sure.
And what the talented folks in my community have. Because there's a lot of talent there, man. I want to showcase that.
For sure. I'm with it, for sure, man.
So once again, folks, this has been Adwela of Adwela The Uprising. Thank you so much, my brother.
Oh, blessed love. Respect, man. Appreciate you.